What I wanted to discuss today is black families neglecting their health. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna unfold that, we're gonna speak on it, dude. Yeah, dude, because, dude, you can't keep letting your aunties have clogged arteries and do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of LOFT Talk. If you don't know by now, my name is Dareus. Thanks for tuning in, and we're gonna get right into the episode. This is episode 22. What I wanted to discuss today is black families neglecting their health. In all seriousness, though, I think that black families have a huge problem with neglecting our health, especially our parents' generation and grandparents' generation and really the previous generations. And we know where it comes from. It stems down from enslavement and getting the scraps and then kind of making do with that, and that becoming like creating meals and signature and traditional dishes out of the scraps, and that becoming the norm. And eventually, once slavery ended and everything, things were added to that. And then, I think we just got used to eating heavily fried foods with a lot of sodium and just really, really, really unhealthy foods. And don't get me wrong, those things are okay in moderation, right? I think we all know that. Well, apparently not, right? I think the problem that I want to speak on and what bothers me is the fact that a lot of us black families in America, a lot of us are Christian of some sort, and we go to some type of church and we pray to God, right? I'm tired of seeing my families pray to God to heal such and such, take such and such out the hospital, give them a speedy recovery, and then nothing being done outside of the prayer. Like, you pray for good health, but you don't act like you want good health. You don't take the actionable steps to get good health. You pray to God that you don't end up with diabetes, or you pray to God that he heals whatever the problem the doctor said it is that you have. But you going back home and you lead a doctor to eat some super unhealthy food, which is the cause of where you are now, right? I'm tired of seeing my family, people in my family, my friends' families, just the black families in America, and I'm sure this probably happens outside of America too. I can't speak to that because I'm American, right? Our way of life, we got so used to it, and it's something that is kind of like we don't waver on. It's something that we don't even address. We don't even attempt to go into that realm of considering, wait, maybe the way we eat is a problem. Maybe how much we eat is the problem, right? It's like, no, that's solidified. That's set in stone. That's not changing, because that's just what we do. That's just who we are. But let's pray on the back end that the results aren't too bad. Let's ask God to fix the results. You know what I'm saying? But let's not change anything to stop these things from ending in these type of results, right? I think that even those of us that know this, that are in these families, are responsible as well in a way, because we watch our grandparents and aunties and uncles and some of our parents commit slow side to side. And I'm only, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. I'm only saying, I don't want to say the actual word because I don't know how YouTube, I know TikTok is really strict on stuff like that, but we're watching our loved ones slowly kill themselves. Like we dropped them off at a doctor's visit, and they come back and find out they got diabetes, but we let them go home and fry up a bunch of super deeply fried foods like fried chicken or some greasy pizza or something, right? And we don't say nothing about it. We don't suggest that they do something different. I'm not saying everybody. I'm sure there are people out there that do actively like, hey, grandma, maybe you shouldn't eat that, or maybe we shouldn't cook that. Maybe we should eat something a little different for dinner tonight. There are people that suggest that, but a lot of us just let it happen. And I'm not necessarily blaming those of us that let it happen, because it can be hard to tell somebody, hey, no, don't eat that, when they're a full-blown adult and they've been doing this their whole life and they're used to it. It can be a battle, right? And a lot of times that battle can be a little scary. Like, I ain't gonna press her too much. I ain't gonna press him too much because I don't want us to be at odds and then we fall out because I'm trying to help you be more healthy, right? Like, I have family members that have had and that have passed away from health issues that could have been prevented had they changed their lifestyle, had they changed their eating habits, right? And I think that it's kind of foolish that we don't put more, that we haven't, as a society, as a group of people, especially black people, we haven't put forth more of an effort, more of a movement to eradicate these problems, right? We speak on it every once in a while, but I don't think that we put enough of an emphasis on it. Like we just kind of like let it go by, let it happen. I'm tired of seeing my older relatives go to the hospital and get diagnosed with these conditions when it could have been prevented. And I'm tired of the insanity, right? Insanity is doing something over and over again, expecting a different result. That's insane. I'm tired of people going down the prayer list at church saying, pray for sister this, pray for brother this. For what? Like, yeah, pray for their general health and pray for everybody, but why am I praying for their health condition if they're not doing nothing to stop the health condition on their own? Prayer can only do so much. Everybody knows prayer without works is dead. And I may have not quoted that word for word correctly, but you get what I'm saying. Faith without works is dead, I think is the right way. But it's the same concept. You praying to God to fix this, bring me back to health, God, but you're not doing anything in your life to help him do that. He gave you all the tools and the knowledge. We have Google. The internet is full of knowledge. You can Google how to have better eating habits right now and find dozens and dozens, hundreds and thousands of different diet plans and eating habits and videos on YouTube on how to do this. God helped you already. When are you going to help yourself? When are we going to encourage our loved ones to help themselves? When are we going to help them, right? Instead of just letting them clog their arteries. You praying to God, you on your knees, God, please bring me back to health, but you about to go in there and make dinner and clog your arteries. What sense do that make? God saved my life, but you about to go take a few more minutes off of it. What sense does that make? I promise y'all, I naturally talk in an aggressive tone. I realized after editing all my videos, sometimes that's just like when I'm passionate about something, that's how I come off. So I promise I'm not trying to be demeaning or judgmental, because I'm speaking to myself in a way as well. I've seen relatives of mine of the older generation do things that I think maybe you shouldn't do that right now, and I just didn't say nothing as well. So I'm talking to me as well. And another thing that goes with that, a lot of my relatives see the doctor and the hospital as an enemy. They see it as an op for real. Like they see it as somebody that is against them, is going to tell them news they don't want to hear. Instead of taking accountability and responsibility for the fact that you have been doing unhealthy things, causing unhealthy results and diagnosis. So the doctor is just here to help you and tell you, hey, you did this, this, and that. So you now have this condition, and here's how we can help you, right? But instead, I think in the black community, we have a lot of people who see that as the doctor just finna tell me I got this, and they finna do this, and they gonna tell me this. I ain't trying to hear that. They gonna try to throw some medicine at me. Well, the whole medicine and big pharma and all that is a whole nother conversation. I think that we need to stop seeing the doctor as an enemy, as if like that's actually very childish and immature when you think about it. Like, you're going to the doctor and they're trying to help you be healthy, but because they told you you got this condition and this disease, you're seeing them, because they're the deliverer of the message, you see them as the enemy. Like, why would you, like, you gonna say that to me? I went to the doctor and they told me this. I ain't going back to the doctor. What? Like, the doctor went and told you where your condition, where your health is, and that you have this problem and we need to give it some attention so we can fix it. And you see that, you take offense to that. Like, they told you something you don't want to hear. If you don't want to hear it, then don't do what it is that you did to get there. They're trying to help you stop it. But instead of taking accountability and being responsible and living in reality, you're in denial. So you think the doctor's just telling you something to mess your day up, telling you something to make you worried, telling you something to piss you off. The doctor is not your enemy in that case, right? The doctor told you got diabetes because you have diabetes and you need to do something about it before they got to amputate your foot. You get what I'm saying? The doctor told you that you have, I can't think of any other diseases right now, and you need, like, you're iron deficient or something like that, and you need to eat like this so that you ain't freezing cold when the room is 80 degrees. But you see it as, they just want me to give me some medicine. That or die. I mean, I guess it is your choice at the end of the day, right? That's all I really wanted to talk about in this episode, y'all. I really am passionate about seeing my people just elevate and get better as a whole. And I think that's one area where I feel like I haven't seen enough attention given. I haven't seen enough attention given to that problem. Any solutions developed or any movements, I'm sure there are movements out there, but I'm saying I don't know too many of them. I don't see it as other movements that help our community, like stuff like the Black Lives Matter movement and stuff like that. Like these things are very huge. Everybody knows these things, but we don't know a movement of like get healthier, help the rate of heart conditions and whatever go down. Like I know that there are organizations out there that push this stuff, but I don't see enough of them like I see these other movements. Does that make sense? And like I said, I'm speaking to myself as well. So there's things I can do to promote this. There's causes I can get with. There's things I can start myself, right? So this is a message for me and for you, right? For all of us. I think that we really need to get on it. We really need, because we have people dying earlier than they should for no reason, because they wanted to eat the food that tastes good every night. When there's other healthy foods that taste good, but they wanted to eat the fried chicken 3 times a day, 7 days a week. And it's not worth it. That little taste you get from that meal is not worth cutting your life 15, 20, 30, 50 years short. It's not worth it. And I'm tired of seeing that happen when the solution is right here. The solution is right there. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about with y'all today, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said in the last episode, the podcast version is now available on podcast platforms. It will be in the description below. If you got something from this video, go ahead and like it. If it sparked a thought, comment. If it entertains you, comment and like. Share this video if you feel like somebody needs to hear this, because I know somebody watching this knows somebody that they feel like needs to hear this and probably needs to hear it themselves. So go ahead and share this video. If you want to hear more episodes, you can go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you want to watch previous episodes, it might be on the screen by now. Loft Talk, the series. We are on our 22nd episode. So go ahead and do that. Like I said, subscribe. And until next episode, peace.